Hi, so I'm a pretty fast reader. I typically get through at least 10 books a month. Um, some months more, some maybe less, depending on the length of the books and, how much free time I have. But I was curious to see, how long of uninterrupted reading time does it actually take me to finish a book? So for this video, I think every time I sit down to read, I want to start a timer and stop it whenever I'm taking a break or not reading, and I just want to see from start to finish how long it would actually take me to read a book. And another thing is I'm not really an annotator, so if I'm reading on my Kindle, then I will, highlight every now and then. But if I'm reading a physical book, I don't annotate things. Um, I don't know. I don't really love writing in my books. That's just never been my thing. I always hated when I had to do that for school. Uh, I like holding a book, but I don't like writing them, and that's just my personal preference. So when I'm not annotating, then I know that I probably read a little faster than the average person who's stopping and highlighting and writing down notes in their books. The apocalypse will be televised. You know it's worse than breaking up with your girlfriend? Being stuck with her prize-winning show cat. And you know it's worse than that? An alien invasion, the destruction of all man-made structures on Earth, and the systematic exploitation of all the survivors for a sadistic intergalactic game show. That's what. Join Coast Guard vet Carl and his ex-girlfriend's cat, Princess Donut, as they try to survive the end of the world, or just get to the next level in a video game-like trap-filled fantasy dungeon. A dungeon that's actually the set of a reality television show with countless viewers across the galaxy. Exploding goblins, magical potions, deadly drug-dealing llamas. This ain't your ordinary game show. Welcome, crawler. Welcome to the dungeon. Survival is optional. Keeping the viewers entertained is not. So I just paused the timer, 10 minutes in, second chapter of Dungeon Crawler Carl, and no surprise, I'm loving it. This is a 5-star prediction for me. I just wanted to take a quick minute to read what I thought was really funny. So I'm on page 16, and Carl just entered the dungeon. Congratulations, you've earned your first achievement, Crazy Cat Lady. You have entered the world dungeon accompanied by a cat. Ah, isn't that sweet? New achievement, Trailblazing Crazy Cat Lady. You are the first crawler to have entered the world dungeon accompanied by a cat. You must really love that thing. Too bad you're both probably going to die a horrible death at any moment. Or maybe not. Look at the prize you just received. New achievement, Early Adopter. You're one of the first 5,000 crawlers to enter a new world dungeon, sucker. New achievement, Empty Pockets. You didn't bring any supplies. None. You know you still gotta eat, right? New achievement, why are you wearing pants? You entered the dungeon wearing no pants. Dude, seriously? New achievement, Unarmed Combat. So, you're just gonna waltz right into something called a world dungeon and you're not even going to bring a weapon? You're either braver than you look or you're just an idiot. Good luck with that, Van Damme. New achievement, Loner. You entered the dungeon without any human companions. Didn't anyone teach you there's safety in numbers? Reward, none. Haha, you are so dead. And I feel like that just encompasses the humor of this so far. Dungeon Crawler Carl is a book set in a world where an alien corporation decides to take over the world, and everyone who is inside a building gets gone, vaporized, demolished, whatever. And anyone who's outside gets the chance to enter a dungeon. It's an 18-level dungeon, and you can get through the levels and try to get your world back. And Carl is a Coast Guard vet, and he entered the dungeon with his ex-girlfriend's cat, and it happened at 2 a.m. for him, so he's literally wearing nothing but a jacket, some boxers, and his girlfriend's Crocs. So that's the premise, and it's a 5-star prediction, and I'm not even fully 2 chapters in, and I'm really liking it. So they're taking all of our minerals? Mordecai nodded. Sort of. Borant deals in rare elements and the like. What they end up mining will fit on a single transport. I don't know too much about that part of the process. The elements involved are unimportant. It's a big universe out there, and there are plenty of places to mine. That's not why they're really here. While Borant does make a profit on the mining, the real money is in the game. The dungeon. How? Are you kidding? The Syndicate consists of over 3 billion independent star systems. Every season, a new dungeon crawler world debuts across the net. Quintillions of citizens of the Syndicate become obsessed with the crawl. Wait, so this is like a TV show? Like Survivor? Oh, I loved that show. And as far as you're concerned, yes, it's a show like Survivor, but it's more a Running Man situation than a Survivor one. I leaned back in the chair. I'm on an alien television show. Holy shit. But it seemed the AI or whatever it was that controlled the game messages really did have some sort of foot fetish. It was fucking weird. I guess we're not getting you shoes, Donut said after I made the mistake of describing the skill to the cat. Yes, we are. As soon as possible, I said. It sounds to me like the computer fancies you, Donut said. Or your feet, at least. We'll need to take advantage of that. If the system likes us, then maybe it'll go easier on us. It makes me uncomfortable, I said. Being eaten by a bugbear makes me uncomfortable, Carl. So if your boyfriend oogling your tootsies keeps these easy-peasy bugs coming at us instead of more of those lava-spitting llamas, then you better buck up, get over your human male privilege, and take one for your princess. So it's day 2 reading Dungeon Crawler Carl. I got up to chapter 15 last night in just under an hour and a half, and I'm really loving it. The chapters are short, they go by pretty fast, and this is, so far, it's everything I've wanted from this book. The video game aspect is super fun, super unique, and I think the video game show aspect is super fun and unique, and I think if you play games, you'll like it because I can picture everything in my head. I can picture exactly what he's talking about, and it's so fun, and I could easily see myself playing a game like this. But if you don't play games, I still think it's accessible for you because it's pretty entry-level stuff. Carl goes through a tutorial, so you get to see that as well. So I think it's really easy to understand even if you're not a gamer. And I'm just so into it. I didn't want to put it down. If I was a character in a video game, I would be Princess Donut. She is exactly who I am when I play games. She's the magic-wielding, charisma-based character, and she equips things without reading their descriptions just because it looks good. And I'm infamous for, if there's customizable armor, I'm infamous for collecting multiple different pieces of armor just to switch it out based on what my mood is, because I like the looks of different things versus the stats. And she's the party leader, and it's she wants to just stand back and let Carl get his punches in. It's so fun. It is everything I was expecting for it, and this really could actually be a 5-star. So far, I highly recommend, and I'm gonna get started with reading some more. The floor collapses, she said. Yes, but it's only you who dies when this happens. For us, we go to sleep until the next dungeon opens. We will open our eyes, and it will be the same as it has been. Just another day. But one of these days we'll wake up and we'll be deeper. That's what they tell us. Kill the crawlers. Get better at killing, and you get to go deeper. And one day, eventually, we'll be so deep that crawlers will never come, and we will finally have peace. We will have peace and a place to live and breed and have our little ones run free and not worrying about killing for survival. Yeah. I feel like as much as I am having such a good time giggling and kicking my feet through this will probably make me stop and think and probably even tear up a little bit.
Here?
Mm-hmm.
Are we cutting them and opening them, or I'm just gonna make it?
Make it how you normally do.
Oh my goodness. Look at how it just falls apart. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm.
Ollie, come here. Come here. Ollie. Good girl. Baby, come inside. Oh, careful. Izzy! Oh, good God. Izzy. Izzy, come home.
Hello, it's day 3 of my Dungeon Crawler Carl timed reading vlog. Yesterday I had a lot of errands and chores and things to get done, so I only had a 38-minute reading block. Yesterday I didn't have a whole lot of free time to read. I got up to chapter 22. I got up to chapter 22 though, and there's not much to update about Dungeon Crawler Carl. The only other thing I have to say, other than I'm still really loving it, is that the writing is pretty vivid, but it's not overly gory in my opinion, so it's not any worse than playing a video game in terms of the gore and the descriptions, and I absolutely adore anything that has talking animal companions in it, so obviously Princess Donut is the best. I love her snark and her rare moments of she actually cares. Like, yes, she wants to be famous. Yes, she's a show, like a prize award winning show cat, but she also cares about people, and those little moments, those little glimpses of that are so adorable to see. She still if I could be a character in a video game, I still would be her. And that's about it. So, day 3, and I'm gonna start the timer and keep reading. Hello, so it's the start of day 4. Yesterday I was able to get an hour and 26 minutes of reading, which brings the total up to 3 hours and 34 minutes so far. And I got up to chapter 33. There's 47 plus an epilogue total in Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I don't have much to say other than what I've already said, except that there's a few moments in the book where I've gotten teary-eyed, and if I was an annotator, I definitely would be underlining and tabbing the book, because there's been points where I wanted to, even though I normally don't. So I'm really enjoying it, and I'm over halfway through. Maybe day 4 will be the day I finish it. So I successfully finished Dungeon Crawler Carl last night. I stayed up until 2:30 in the morning reading it. Some stats. It took 5 hours and 33 minutes total, spread across 4 days of reading time. To read this, last night I read for an hour and 59 minutes and 1.28 pages per minute, if I did the math correctly. That's what that averages out to for my reading speed, so not bad. This was everything I wanted from it and more. This book was, it has to be a 5-star. I teared up, I laughed, I giggled and kicked my feet, I got scared, I connected with the characters, even the ones that we barely see for a couple of pages. It's like, it's such a vivid book. I will say that the 5 hours and 33 minutes that it took to finish it, the timer ran over a minute or two, because when I got to the very last sentence, I sat there for a minute and I flipped the pages back and forth going, did it actually end right there? So it definitely left me wanting to pick up the next one immediately. There was something about Matt Dinniman that made me want to read the acknowledgments of this book, and I want to read a sentence of it out loud. In order to truly enjoy Dungeon Crawler Carl, no matter how dark it gets, and believe me, it's gonna get dark, you need to be the type of person who is able to cling on to hope, no matter how small that spark is. You will not break me is more than just a mantra. It's the theme to this whole series. I'm dedicating it to perseverance, grit, hope, and that's you. Hell, it's all of us after the shit of the past few years. Okay, that sounds really sappy and way too heavy for a book series about a guy running around in his underwear, but damn it if it ain't true. And I think that really does encompass the core of this book. I think Matt Dinniman smashed it out of the park. This is an insane 5-star for me.